can.
It's great. You can dance and shimmy.
spaz all around and.
Be my guest. Be my
Alright.
guest.
Speeding letter?
Speed.
Market?
Mike D. Finding the Funk, take 2.
So, Mike, we've defined funk just now. I don't want you to have to repeat that wonderfully greasy comment. What artists or bands to you are the funk to you? What bands and artists?
When I think of funk, I think like are the pillars of funk. It's like I'm thinking of obviously James Brown and very importantly I think the JBs. Not to take any credit away from the architect, the man himself, James Brown, but there's the where remember James existed pre-funk, right?
Yes.
The groove all changed for him as he went through like Popcorn and Mother Popcorn, and then it started to get funkier and grittier, and then when it was the JB's era,
Absolutely.
that you really had the funk. So you have James Brown, the JB's. I think Sly and the Family Stone for me and for so many people, not just because he crossed over, but just there was something there with the musicianship and the craft in terms of the quality of the songwriting. There was a craft there that, still I don't think you see again ever to today within funk in terms of such great songwriting. Of course, I'd have to say Parliament and Funkadelic, because for me, growing up in New York City, I mean, still all my high school life, Flashlight, when that would come on, that was a game changer. That would come on.
Tell me what was it about Flashlight that was unique?
Flashlight is just like, and to this day, I still don't know what I'm hearing. Like I'm a musician. I don't know what I'm hearing. I don't know what's vocals. I don't know what's synth. I don't know what's bass being played through a Mutron. I don't know what's happening on that track, and that says a lot. There's a magic. There's some magic shit on there that's incredible, and that's some intellectual stuff. Forget about when you put it on loud and you're in the high school dance and someone's had a 16-year-old and your ass just starts to move.
Well, let's talk about this. Your introduction, you're a New York kid, came up here, city that was full of a lot of different sounds. Disco and punk were both big when you were coming up. Mm-hmm. What was your introduction to funk music?
My intro to funk music, there's two things. One, I still distinctly remember when I first started buying records. I grew up on the Upper West Side. On Columbus Avenue, there was a Woolworths. And at Woolworths, I don't know how it worked, but all of Parliament and Funkadelic albums would be sold for like 99 cents. I don't know what was going on. I don't know what kind of business dealings George Clinton had, but the albums were dirt cheap. And so I would go into the Woolworth, and there to be the records. You buy them, instead of for $8, you buy them for $1. So I remember getting on. Do a visual. All right. Presentation. Again, we were talking about Flashlight. I remember going into Woolworths, buying this album, and that.
Tell me what's the name. What's the name of the album, and give me like.
Funkadelic, which contained the aforementioned track Flashlight, Game Changer. This record I think changed a lot of people. This was a true game changer right here, and so I think that was big. And I think actually a lot of where I learned is a unique thing, because New York, like you said, there was everything going on. You had the Mud Club, you had hip hop groups coming downtown, you had Latin music and cars going by. Of course I was like a punk rock kid, so I had that. But I think in a lot of ways I learned about funk from